Hi everybody, it's Christina from Adventures in Polish Land. Welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I have my end of March reading wrap up to share with you. I've only got 3 books here. March has been a challenging month for me. Personally, I've been dealing with some health issues, but hopefully those will be figured out and addressed. And obviously, even though I'm sad I'm falling back in my reading challenge, I need to put my health first, and here's the reminder to all of you to do the same. But let me go ahead and share with you the 3 books that I was able to finish in the latter half of March. First up, we have The Trauma Cleaner, One Woman's Extraordinary Life in the Business of Death, Decay, and Disaster by Sarah Kransostein. This is a nonfiction book. We follow Sandra Pankhurst, and this is actually a biography. I thought by the title that this would be all about her trauma cleaning business and what she encounters on a day-to-day basis in that field. But it's actually the story from her childhood all the way up to when she begins this trauma cleaning business. Sandra is a trans woman. She is from Australia, and she has had a really challenging life, starting from her childhood when she was abused by her father. Then she works as a prostitute for many years out of her life until something really traumatic happens to her. But what is really admirable about her is that no matter what, she keeps on going. She keeps on living the life that she wants to live and that she knows is best for her, no matter what anyone else says. So this book is written in 2 parts, really. Each chapter alternates. In one chapter, you're learning about Sandra's life and her biography, and then in the next chapter, you are learning about her career as a trauma cleaner. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. I did feel a bit misled by the title, and I wish I learned more about her career because I found those chapters really fascinating and interesting. I also really felt like the author missed out on a big opportunity to come full circle and talk about how Sandra's traumatic life really helps her excel as a trauma cleaner to connect and help with all her clients. So for that reason, I did give it 3.5 stars, but it was a very enjoyable and approachable nonfiction book. If the topic sounds interesting, I would definitely recommend it. Next up, I read Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is my second book by this author. The first one was Book Lovers, which I didn't really enjoy, but I'm glad I picked this one up because I enjoyed it a lot more. This one is about Harriet. She is about to go to Maine for the summer. Every year she meets up with her friends there at a cottage, and they are her best friends from college, and she just absolutely loves being with them in her happy place. But this year something is different. She and her fiance have split ways 5 months ago. The only thing is they haven't told a single person. So because of this, she will be going on vacation alone, and she'll have to explain to her friends why her fiance isn't there. The only thing is, when she shows up at the cottage, who's there but her fiance? And they have to decide if they're going to keep up the charade that they're still together or if they're going to admit that they broke up several months ago. This was such a quick read and it was really enjoyable. I think I enjoyed this one more than Book Lovers because the characters were quite realistic and they were relatable. I really liked the friendship group and I liked all of the different dynamics of their relationships, and I found it just a very quick and easy read. The one thing I didn't really like about this book is that it is annoying that you have these 2 main characters who are obviously in love with each other and want to be together, but for some reason they're just refusing to get back together, which was a little weird. But of course, things wrap up nicely in the end, as they do in every single romance novel. So I gave this a 4 stars. Is it the best book? No, but is it one that I thoroughly enjoyed and would recommend reading, especially if you're looking for a beach read or something similar? Yes, I definitely understand why this book is super popular and why so many people label this their favorite Emily Henry book. Will I read more from her? I'm not sure. Perhaps. This one made me lean on the side of, yes, perhaps I will read one from her if I'm in the mood for a romance book. And then finally, I read The Music of the Dolphins by Karen Hesse, or Karen Hesse, not sure how you say that. This is a children's book that I actually loved as a kid, and I recently heard Steve Donahue talk about it on his channel, and I thought, if I come across a copy, I'm going to pick it up and reread it because I loved this one so much. It is the story of a girl who is found off the coast of Florida, and she has been adopted by a pack of dolphins. She is a dolphin girl through and through. She has a dolphin mother. She swims with them. She lives with them. They do everything together, and they take care of her. And she is found by the Coast Guard, and she is brought to a hospital in Boston where she is learning how to assimilate to being a human. And the book follows her journal entries that start off very basic and then get more complex the more she learns. It's actually quite similar to Flowers for Algernon in some ways, which I read earlier in the month. But this is a quick read. I read it in 2 sittings, but it's a really touching story because you get to see how even though she wasn't raised by humans, she was raised by a loving family, and that means more than anything. As an adult, what stood out to me most was seeing Mila, she's the dolphin girl, seeing how she compares to Shay. Shay is another girl who was found, and unlike Mila, Shay did not have a loving family. She had a mother who abused her, and Shay has a very difficult time reacting to any of the therapy that she's given. So you can see how nature versus nurture really plays a role in our life. I actually got this book free from an event that I went to over this past weekend, and I sat down and read it. It was such a joy. I gave it 4 stars. If you find this at a thrift store, I highly recommend picking it up. Even as an adult, I think this stands up. So those are the 3 books I read. I was able to color off one state on my map. Let me get it to show you. So I colored in Maine for Happy Place. What's funny is I thought I would be able to color in Florida for this book, but the vast majority of it is set in Massachusetts, so had to pass on that, but I'm sure I'll read another book set in Florida at some point this year. Right now, I just started My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I'm only 25 pages in. It's taken me a little while to get into the story, but it's starting to pick up, so hopefully I will get through this by the end of the week. That's everything for my end of March reading wrap up. I hope to be back soon with another video. I hope you're all doing well. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.